everybody, it's Emily at ARG Schooling, and today we're going to be doing another homeschool tidbit. Welcome back to Build Your Library's Homeschool Tidbits. We're at episode 7, and today we're going to be talking about why you should give Copywork a chance. In this new weekly video series, I'll delve briefly into a topic related to homeschooling, and I'll share some of my knowledge and experience as a homeschooling mother of 4 children, 3 of whom have graduated. Today we're going to get back to our Charlotte Mason discussion. We've talked about Charlotte Mason in a nutshell. We've talked about living books extensively, and we've talked about narration. So today I want to discuss Copywork and why you should not skip it. It's easy to see Copywork as mindless busy work, but I hope this video will help to change your mind about this tenet of Charlotte Mason's philosophy of education. What is Copywork? Charlotte Mason was all about short lessons. Lessons should be short and to the point to keep your child's focus. And Copywork is an extension of that. You assign a passage to your child to copy in their very best handwriting. These passages should be the right length for your child's ability, and they should be taken from the literature that they are reading. It's very simple and straightforward, but what's the purpose of it? Can't you just teach them how to write and then have them write their own thoughts and stories? Of course. Having them write their own thoughts is also important, but that isn't the purpose of Copywork. First of all, learning to write their letters is the precursor to Copywork. A child must know how to form their letters correctly before they can be expected to copy whole words and sentences. But once they do know how to write their letters, you can begin with simple Copywork. Just a word or 3 at first, and then you can expand into full sentences and longer passages as they progress in their ability to write. So what's the point of Copywork anyway? Copywork is about observation skills, working on perfecting their writing, as well as it being exposed to great writing. They must carefully observe the passage that they are copying. They must also take their time to copy each letter and to do it to the best of their ability. After they've copied it, they should read over their work carefully, comparing it to the original passage. Were they able to copy it exactly, or did they make any mistakes? Too many mistakes might indicate that you've given them too long of a passage to copy. This is the most important thing. They should never turn in sloppy or rushed work. This is true for anything, of course, that they do in school, but Copywork is where we focus on giving their best effort. This is an essential habit that they must master. They need to learn to carefully read the passage, then write each letter as perfectly as they can. This assignment should also be brief. It should never take more than 15 to 20 minutes. This is why it is so important to ensure that you aren't assigning them too long of a passage. It needs to be just long enough that they are reinforcing the habit of giving their best effort. And it should also give them a sense of accomplishment rather than a feeling of frustration. If they are frustrated and upset while they're doing their copywork, you need to take a step back and evaluate why. Copywork will help your child's spelling improve. When they are carefully observing their words that they are copying, they are really focusing on how those words are formed. I'm not saying it's going to make them a spelling bee champion, but it will help even the worst spellers to improve. Transcription should be an introduction to spelling. Children should be encouraged to look at the word, see a picture of it with their eyes shut, and then write from memory. Copywork will help your child to become a better writer. Since they're carefully observing great pieces of writing, well, they will come to know what great writing looks like. When it comes time to write their own thoughts and ideas, they will have a blueprint of great writing in their minds to work from. By studying each piece of copywork with you beforehand, they can also learn about mechanics. They can learn things like capitalization and punctuation rules. They can learn grammar and parts of speech. They can learn word choice and so much more. It can help improve their memory, their focus, and of course their handwriting. So what should my child copy? They should be copying the best examples of writing. You can choose passages from the books that they're reading, maybe quotes from famous people, some poetry. It can be anything related to what you're currently studying. You want to choose passages that illustrate the kind of writing that you want them to learn to emulate. If you use Build Your Library curriculum, I include Copywork selections in the lesson plans, so you don't have to worry about searching out passages to assign. Copywork is for everyone, even you. Buy yourself a fancy journal, and you can both practice copywork together. I like to write down beautiful passages from the books that I read, lines that just make me pause and think, poems that I especially like. You can encourage your child to give their best effort by emulating that for them and doing it yourself. Make it a fun family activity that everyone can take part in. Then you can share the passages that you're working on together. This could be a fun tea time activity. A certain sense of possession and delight may be added to this exercise if children are allowed to choose for transcription their favorite verse in one poem or another. This is better than to write a favorite poem, an exercise which stales on the little people before it is finished. But a book of their own, made up of their own chosen verses, should give them pleasure. I hope that I've encouraged you to give Copywork a second chance in your homeschool. Be sure to come back next week when I'll be discussing the benefits of study dictation. Until next time, happy reading. Bye.